Hey y'all, Perry here. What's up? As you can tell from the title of this video, it's going to be a little story time about the time that I passed out here in Arizona. If you know me, you know I'm from North Carolina. Currently living in Arizona. I go to ASU. Forked up, baby. So, it was my freshman year, right? I was living in the dorms. Me and my roommate at the time, we didn't really talk. She was from Taiwan. I have an accent. She couldn't understand me. I couldn't understand her. So we were just like, let's not. The first football game of the season was coming up. And that year, like my freshman year, you had to go to Wells Fargo Arena and get a wristband. Like you had to actually go and get them so you could go to the games. So me and Joyce, we were in our room. I just woke up. It was probably like 1 o'clock. And I was like, hey, are you going to the football game? And she was like, yeah. Are you? And I was like, yeah. Do you want to go get a wristband? And she was like, yeah. And I had went to the bathroom to go change, and then I come out, and she's gone. But she had already left, and I was like, all right, Joyce, fine then. I didn't even want to go anyway. But I ended up going by myself to get a ticket, because I was like, you know, I'm going to sit in the student section, right? But anyway, like I said, it's 1 p.m. I leave the dorm. It's hot as Hades outside. Being from North Carolina, it's humid. And Arizona is dry. Dry as hell. But honestly, I prefer it. I hate the humidity. I hate it so much. And my dorm at the time, too. Like, my dorm was way over here. Wells Fargo Arena is way over here. So I had to walk all the way to Wells Fargo Arena in the beaming sun. It's just beaming down on me. And I'm like... But anyway, it was so freaking hot. And I get to Wells Fargo Arena, right? The freaking line is literally wrapped around Wells Fargo Arena, loops like this, and then ends on the sidewalk. And I'm like, are you kidding me? You know, I don't even really watch football. I just want to go for the experience. So I get in the back of the line. I was on the phone with my brother pretty much the whole time I was in line. And I'm just chatting with him. And this girl is like laid up on this tree. And this story probably would never have happened if I did not make fun of this girl. I'm on the phone and I'm like, Cole, this girl just passed out. She's so weak. And I'm like chuckling about it. And now it's like, you dumb bitch. You should never have done that because it's karma. So the ambulance literally had to come and get her. Little did they know they were going to come back soon and get me. So, probably 45 minutes went by. I was still on the phone with Cole, and I was like, you know, Cole, I'm getting lightheaded. I think I'm just going to go back to my dorm. And I was really getting lightheaded. Like, I could see, like, black spots everywhere. And my sugar was probably low, you know. So, I start walking back to my dorm. That's pretty much all I remember. And the son knew. The son seen everything. He seen me on the phone. He seen me laughing at this girl, and he was like, this one right here, I'm going to get her. I'm going to get her. So I go walking back right, passed out. Bitch. This girl really just shook me and woke me up, and I was just like, I feel like that's how I looked. I was like, did I just pass out? There's like blood dripping out my mouth. My face is busted, dude. So busted. I had a scrape here, chin's busted open from just crashing on the sidewalk. Knees are scraped up. My hand was scraped up. That was a hot-ass mess, bro. So I sit up, and the girl was like, your brother was on the phone. I told him you'd call him back. I guess she had literally just been like, oh, she just passed out. And then Cole was probably like, all right, tell her to call me back later. But anyway, yeah, so I passed out, right? They had sat me up. I was drinking random people's water, because, like I said, I woke up at 1 p.m. I hadn't eaten or drank anything. I thought I was just going to go real quick and get these freaking wristbands, and here I am. And an hour later, drinking random people's water. Didn't even get my wristband yet. Ended up not even being able to go to the game, y'all. So, yeah. I'm drinking random people's water. The girl called the ambulance. They come and they're like cleaning my face and everything. They're like, oh, do you have someone who can, you know, help you get back to your room? Or do you want us to take you to the hospital? And at this, like, my chin was busted open, too. So I'm like, y'all, just get me out of here. I don't want to be, I was like, let's go. I'll go to the hospital. They put my ass on a stretcher. They buckle me in, put my ass in a meat wagon, and haul me to the damn hospital. Shout out Tempe St. Luke's one time. That's the hospital I went to. If you ever drive by there, just think of me and have a sip of water, okay? So at the hospital, I'm hooked up to IVs. They're cleaning my knees. On this knee over here, this is the one I had surgery for my ACL. There's a big scar on it. There was a freaking rock stuck in my scar that they had to get out, and they cleaned it up. They cleaned up my chin, or they glued my chin back together. They cleaned up my lips a little because my lips on the top and bottom were busted. My nose was scraped up. There was a scrape here. I just looked a hot ass mess. They freaking wrapped both my knees up. Honestly, like, telling this story, I've told this story so many times, and I'm wondering how I felt too, because it had to be on my chin first. And I bet I fell on my chin, and then like the momentum from my weight just like shifted me forward a little. You know what I mean? It was probably like I had to call my mom, let her know. She was freaking out. She was like, Perry, I'm gonna come out there. I'm gonna come out there. I was like, Mom. No, I'm fine. My chin's glued back together. Everything's Gucci. But she has a friend out here, and I messaged her and I was like, hey, Dawn. Shout out to Dawn one time. Can you come get me? I'm at the hospital. I passed out from the heat and I need a ride. So she came and got me, and I walked out of the hospital with freaking both my knees wrapped up. I think my hand was even wrapped up because it was scraped too. My chin glued back together, you know. I was put back together, you know. I went back to my dorm, and I was going to stay the night with Dawn because I think that really made my mom feel better that she was out here to know that I was okay, you know what I mean? Like, being so far away from my mom, that's what really freaked her out. So I ended up staying the night with Dawn. Whenever I was at Dawn's, I went to the bathroom, right? Ended up taking some little photos in the bathroom of my injuries. Alright, so I'm going to put it on the screen right here. Well, let me just talk you through this. As you can see, there's a scrape by my eye. There's a... The thing, I posed for these pictures. These are like poses that I was doing. I just want to say, look how dirty I look. Like, it definitely looks like I was rolling around on the ground. Looks like I was in a freaking fight. Yeah, scrape right here. My nose was scraped too. You can't really see it in this one. But my lip, there's a little scrape here. Lip right here was busted, son. Busted. You can see my chin. There's like, you can barely see it there, but there's like a, it's glue on there. They glued it back together. They were like, if the glue doesn't hold, we'll have to get stitches. And I was like, fuck me, man. Yeah, so there's like extra glue hanging off my chin. It's kind of gross. You can see my shirt, blood on my shirt. My hand is scraped up. I'm just looking a hot ass mess, dude. It literally looks like I was in a fight. You can't see my knees. I didn't get my knees, but they were both scraped. Let's look at the other picture. I was really in the bathroom like, yeah, what's up? Forks up. My busted ass face, dude. This one is just like, you can see a different angle of my chin and how like far under it went. But they glued it. It was sick. That's why it looks a little shiny. This one you can really see how dirty my forehead is. And you can see a little bit of my nose right there and how it was scraped as well. So yeah, I just want to say also, I was like scrawny then. I thought I was chunky still, but little did I know, bitch was gonna get bigger. And when I was on the phone with my mom too, she was like, Perry, you really need to drink more water when you're out there, you know. And I was like, okay, Mom, I will. And being out here, the water compared to home, it is not up to par. So I feel like back home too, you can drink water out of the sink easy peasy, but here it's so disgusting and I hate it. After I stay the night with Dawn, I come home to my dorm the next day. There's a huge box sitting outside my dorm, and I'm like, what the frick? I didn't even order nothing. And then I see these like big jugs of water sitting around this box. My mom had rented me a freaking water cooler, y'all. The kind you see in your office, like in an office somewhere, like with a big jug on top, and then it has the little thing, and you're like, that kind of water cooler. And I was like, what? I was like, oh my god, thank you. Because the water here is disgusting, and I hate to say that, but compared to back home, you know, it ain't like that Cherokee bottled water, son. But yeah, so that's the story of how I passed out. You know, I still have a scar on my chin. I mean, my face healed, you know. Everything is good now. I learned my lesson to drink water, to never make fun of someone else who passed out, because the sun will hear you laughing and it'll get you. It'll get you. But anyway, thanks for watching, I guess. I don't really know. I don't really do story time videos like this, but I thought this one would be a fun one to tell since pretty much everyone knows. When I was working at the Inspire program, Lance was presenting for Mr. and Miss Indian ASU. Shawnee was there too, and they had some time in between, and they were like, Lance was like, I was in the back taking pictures for him, and he calls me down. He's like, now Perry's going to tell you a story. And I'm like, wait, me? I was like, what am I going to tell them? What story? And he's like, tell them about the time you passed out. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? But honestly, I don't care to tell this story because I think it's pretty funny. I got the pictures just to prove it. So I feel like them kids at Inspire, I didn't really get to show them the picture. But if you're watching this and you're from Inspire, there's the picture, man. Be sure to follow me and subscribe. Just drink water, y'all. Drink water. And don't make fun of people who pass out. That is the moral of the story. Mini Wachoni, y'all. Water is life, okay? Be safe in the streets, boys. Be sure to like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Snapchat in the description below. Hit me up for free merch. Thanks for watching, babies.